Is Revel Systems the iPad-based point-of-sale giant? Bleeding cash? That's the question we're diving into today. We've all seen their sleek terminals popping up in restaurants and retail stores everywhere, seemingly taking over the POS world. But behind the polished surface, is the company struggling to turn a profit? That's what we're here to uncover. Now, before we jump into the financial deep end, let's establish some context. Revel Systems burst onto the scene promising a modern, cloud-based alternative to clunky, outdated POS systems. They targeted businesses of all sizes, from small coffee shops to large multi-location franchises. With their user-friendly interface and robust features, they were the disruptors, the cool kids on the block, and for a while it seemed like they were unstoppable. Their initial success was undeniable. They attracted significant investment, expanded rapidly, and became a recognizable name in the industry. But growth doesn't always equal profitability. In fact, sometimes rapid expansion can mask underlying financial problems. And that's what we're going to examine today. One of the biggest challenges for any company, especially in the competitive tech space, is balancing growth with profitability. You need to invest heavily in research and development, sales and marketing, and customer support to attract new customers and stay ahead of the competition. This requires significant capital outlay, and if that investment doesn't translate into sufficient revenue, you can quickly find yourself in the red. So, is Revel facing this very problem? Are they spending more than they're bringing in? Well, finding concrete financial data for privately held companies like Revel can be tricky. They aren't required to publicly disclose their financials like publicly traded companies. However, we can look at some indicators and analyze industry trends to get a better understanding of their potential financial situation. First, let's talk about the POS market itself. It's a crowded space with established players like Square, Toast, and Lightspeed, as well as numerous smaller competitors all vying for market share. This intense competition puts pressure on pricing and can make it difficult to achieve sustainable profitability. Revel, despite its early success, is not immune to these pressures. Another factor to consider is the cost of customer acquisition. Getting new businesses to switch POS systems is not cheap. It often involves expensive sales and marketing campaigns, as well as potentially offering discounts or incentives. Revel has undoubtedly spent a lot of money on acquiring new customers, and the question is whether those customers are generating enough revenue to offset those acquisition costs. Furthermore, maintaining a cloud-based POS system is an ongoing expense. You need to invest in server infrastructure, software development, customer support, and security. These costs can be substantial, especially as your customer base grows. If Revel's revenue isn't growing at a rate that outpaces these expenses, they could be facing financial difficulties. Now, let's talk about some specific challenges that Revel might be facing. One potential issue is customer churn. Are businesses sticking with Revel, or are they switching to competitors? If Revel is losing customers, that's a major red flag. It suggests that their product or service might not be meeting customer expectations, or that competitors are offering better alternatives. Another challenge could be related to their pricing model. Are they charging enough for their services to cover their costs and generate a profit? Or are they engaged in a price war with competitors, which could be squeezing their margins? Finding the right balance between attracting customers and maintaining profitability is crucial for any business, and Revel is no exception. We also have to consider the impact of economic downturns. When the economy struggles, businesses, especially in the restaurant and retail sectors, tend to cut back on spending. This could lead to slower growth for POS providers like Revel, as businesses are less likely to invest in new systems. So what's the verdict? Is Revel Systems losing money? While we don't have access to their precise financial statements, we can see that they are operating in a highly competitive market, facing significant cost pressures, and potentially dealing with challenges related to customer churn and pricing. These factors suggest that achieving profitability is likely a major hurdle for the company. It's important to remember that many high-growth tech companies operate at a loss for extended periods, focusing on market share and expansion rather than immediate profits. This is a common strategy in the venture capital-backed world. However, eventually, These companies need to demonstrate a path to profitability to justify their valuations and attract further investment. Revel Systems has undoubtedly made a significant impact on the POS industry. They have helped to modernize the way businesses operate and have given customers more choices. But their long-term success will depend on their ability to navigate the challenges of a competitive market and achieve sustainable profitability. Whether they can do that remains to be seen. One thing is certain. The POS landscape is constantly evolving, and companies like Revel need to adapt and innovate to stay ahead of the curve. They need to listen to their customers, invest in their technology, and find a way to balance growth with profitability. Otherwise, they risk falling behind in this fast-paced industry. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.